done with Q.
Something that is interesting, I thought Optimus would opt in for the Corrupting Potion. Synergizes really well with the Cassiopeia poison, makes her very potent.
Archie's honestly happy to trade level 1 as well. Annie's Q is on a relatively short cooldown, does a lot of damage. So you can see he gets immediate brush control. Optimus forced to back away.
Also the fact, the big issue for Cassiopeia is the fact that she got a big nerf on her mana costs. Her mana cost doesn't really, it kind of holds her back from going all in, as people have experienced a lot, where the Cassiopeia hits one Q and kind of chases you down the lane and it kind of sucks. That has been nerfed.
Archie, starting off the minion wave, how are we looking? So, not many Qs have been landing from Optimus so far.
And you're completely right about the nerf affecting it, because he's already at like half mana. There's no way you can go for an all-in at level 2 now.
The use bad, man. And Archie is also the one pushing. That is very important. Gonna reach level 2 after this minion. Maybe we'll see the all-in.
He's already got the stun charged up, got the level 2, hasn't skilled anything just yet. Is that Fervor of Battle on Annie? It is.
Has to be. This must be an AD.
Yeah, it's AD, and it has to be with Fervor of Battle and all that AD. 62 AD at level 2, gets the stun off, gets the auto, carries on farming his minions. Definitely has the advantage in lane so far. I actually think most of it is just from the fact that Optimus hasn't been landing the Qs, hasn't been making the mana investment worth it.
Very interesting to see Archie's mastery choice as well. He didn't opt in for the lifesteal and the spell vamp. He went for the AP and the AD, which just means he wants to all in at some point. Doesn't care about sustenance and just wants to push.
Yeah, maybe. But even Natural Talent doesn't give you all that much AD and AP. Like, your Power Spike is basically level 18 if you want to make the most out of that mastery. Miasma goes down, Archie's going to pick up that one, gets the stun as well, doesn't get the auto, but Optimus is getting bodied right now by Archie.
He certainly is, and Archie actually could have grabbed that creep wave, froze it, and Optimus would have had no choice but to recall.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Archie still pushing this wave. Optimus pretty much just going on the defensive now, trying to land these Qs where he can and trying to pick up the scraps and the minions. But with Archie with such a big CS advantage, he's not going to win there if this goes even for the rest of the game. So Optimus looking for a power spike, I guess, maybe looking for some gold. Most likely go back to base before he looks for an aggressive play.
Something that I have to question as well is the summoner choice of Optimus. What is he planning to do with this flash? It just prevents him from being the aggressor. Sure, he can flash after, but it is very hard to win an all-in at all if the enemy has Ignite and the exhaust.
Yeah, maybe if he can dodge Tibbers, he just pulls his godlike play. Maybe he's just sandbagging right now, missing Qs on purpose, so he pulls off this incredible play where he dodges Tibbers with the flash, maybe.
Well, to his credit, he's actually chunked Archie out fairly significantly, so if he can push this in, we'll be able to equalize CS, go back, at least have an experience advantage. So Optimus, you know, he was definitely losing at the start of the game, but Archie has just given away a lot of his advantage.
And just to dwell a bit more about the flash, Archie, he just presses tab, sees the flash, and all he needs to do is just press Q before he rushes in to press the R.
But the one thing you don't want to do is let Optimus get level 6, get a shop in, have to rush into him because you don't have the flash, tank up that Petrifying Gaze. And you can see Optimus, after a very slow start, has actually pegged this one back really nicely.
Yeah, he's picking up a lot of the speed. Still has a biscuit available to him, has the ward as well. Will now go back with all those minions. Actually slightly ahead. Archie's going to find it very difficult to farm these minions. Yes, he has Q, but actually the rate at which the tower deals damage to minions is actually very annoying. However, on the caster creeps, it is just one auto, especially as AD Annie, he'll get all of these.
He won't get the last one, I don't think. The creeps will chunk it out a little bit too quickly.
Might get it with Q. Nope.
So,
you're right on that one.
Optimus does have the CS advantage right now if he can walk back into lane and grab all of this. He's also got the makings of a tier, which is unique.
That is very true. If he stacks it up, he wins, but the game is already over, I guess.
If he reaches 750 stacks, I will be very surprised.
I mean, my tiers will be fully stacked if that happens.
I thought he would just opt in for the magic resistance straight up, because the sustained damage battle, he's going to win that, but the burst, he just needs to survive that.
Yeah, it really does. Archie taking a lot of damage here, actually just chilling out in the miasma. Probably not the best life choice if you want to be living. Archie still has that minion wave behind him though. Optimus did just get the passive leveled up though.
And both of them are so close to level 6. There's Archie's.
Yeah, immediately on the aggression, Optimus playing it smart, playing back. Remember, with the fact that Annie does not have Flash, which is the major engage tool on Summoner's Rift, it's actually very difficult to get in range of Optimus, who will just clear the minion waves out from range.
Yeah, and Archie, once again, is going back. Optimus going to clean up all the CS one more time and reassert that advantage. And I honestly don't know how Archie gets in range for this. If he does, he's going to take up the full combo.
It's also the fact that something about Annie is also, like, as we talked about the Fizz, her damage is very predictable. Sure, the Tibbers comes down, but you can immediately counter that with an exhaust. After the Annie runs out of kind of gasoline, she just doesn't do much at all.
Optimus is looking for it right now. He wants it.
There's the Tibbers coming in, the exhaust comes out from Optimus, still has the flash, remember, has the Twin Fangs, gets the petrifying gaze, but not the stun. Optimus still taking a bunch of punishment. Tibbers is wailing on him,
Optimus
even underneath this tower. And yeah, I believe that was the kill, but he decides to back off.
And now Archie can go back, grab that health relic. Archie still has exhaust. Maybe that's what he was waiting for. He didn't want to get baited into an overchase.
Optimus failed to get any value out of his flash. If he wants to win an all-in like this, he needs to flash something valuable, preferably a Tibbers.
Yeah, I mean, it literally has to be Tibbers, but there's a long time until Tibbers is back up, so there's nothing else really to dodge unless you can dodge the W, which hasn't even been skilled by Archie, as he's just looking for the auto attacks and the trades with Molten Shield. Comes back in, lands a Q, he's back out. And Archie actually taking a bunch of damage, turned away by the miasma. Optimus just needs one more piece of damage. Doesn't land it. The flash comes out. He's not in range for the auto. Not in range for the E.
Do they stick around? Archie is backing. Does Optimus chase in?
Optimus has cookies.
He does.
He does. Something that I just noticed, Archie hasn't skilled up his W.
Can confirm.
Is that because of the flash? Or
maybe he's just not confident in skill shots. I mean, he leveled up Tibbers. I'm really sure. I don't understand
I would
it.
be very surprised if he just went full Callista and no points in ult.
Yeah, I mean, I understand even less because last time we saw the Annie spawn, he did put any points into the E, and it was just like, I kind of don't like this, but this makes even less sense.
Yeah, it certainly does not make any sense at all, especially because you want to be cycling through as many stuns as you possibly can in a trade. Optimus, however, goes back, grabs himself a giant spelt. He is now a very tanky Cassiopeia.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like Archie would be expecting that for a tank Cassiopeia to just wander into lane, but that's what we have. There is a snake in the brush right now. Archie, going
Ultimate available.
Miasma, comes out. It's going to land the Twin Fang, and now Archie is getting absolutely decimated by Optimus.
I like that Optimus is, simply because of this tank build, we see that he doesn't really dish out a lot of damage. As long as he avoids the all-in, baits in the all-in, just goes for the sustain game, pushes in the wave, and it's fine. He has the CS lit to kind of convey that message.
Yeah, he's completely dominating in CS right now.
Both ultimates are up, and one has just been used. Tibbers goes down onto Optimus, but Archie just didn't deal much damage at all to Optimus. There comes a petrifying gaze. Now the Twin Fangs come out, but the damage over time from Tibbers is actually quite big, and the tower finally finishes off Tibbers. Both, again, going down to very low HP, but both survive.
Certainly do, and the farm game will just continue right now for Optimus. He's still going to be able to get a 7 CS advantage. We'll now return to lane, to base, sorry.
He's gone for tier.
This is bizarro.
Why? Like, you can literally go for Chalice, you can go for something else, you could even go for more damage. Optimus isn't even running really that dry on mana alone with the Fairy Charm, so I don't understand.
I was thinking Catalyst, to just combine the Giant Spell and the mana crystal that he bought just to justify it, but instead he went for the tier.
I mean, this isn't how it works. You don't just win this game and go into the next game with the same items, so you can carry on stacking. Like, maybe Optimus is just confused with the rules. I'm not entirely sure.
But the one thing he does have going in his favor right now is he will win the war of attrition. He is so much tankier. He's having a much easier time farming up than what the Annie is, unless Annie can get the next all-in to work. Archie's in a lot of trouble.
But Optimus is so tanky just with that giant spell. We saw last time, literally Archie jumped in with the Tibbers and it wasn't enough damage. Like, he just didn't have enough. Remember, because he's mostly AD and now swapping to the AP is kind of like a hybrid Annie. And it's just, he just simply doesn't have that much damage in straight up burst. It's a little bit of sustain, and you're fighting the Queen's sustain in Cassiopeia.
And it's like, just to, like, I'm trying to remind myself, Archie was in a very dominant position in the start.
Yes.
But now all these strange things are starting to appear. Like this cocktail of items he has got going on. The Kindle Gem, Sure, it's cooldown reduction, but then again, the CDR is very inefficient because you don't have a point in W, man.
It's true.
Here we go.
Oh, Optimus, he has ultimate, so does Archie. Both summoners are up for Archie. Optimus still missing his flash, which is a big deal. Much longer cooldown, actually, than both the Ignite and Exhaust. And we are rapidly approaching 100 TS. This could be the win condition coming in from Optimus. Miasma comes down, once again splitting up Archie. Archie, he only has one way, and that's forwards into Optimus.
But he has nothing. There is no way he can get in range. Blind tippers into the brush. That's your chance, Optimus, because otherwise you lose in the next 2 waves.
And he's looking for it.
Hesitation.
There he goes.
There he goes, but it's just not a lot of damage. Turns around, there's the Exhaust. Exhaust back onto Optimus as he's getting sustained damage out. Tibbers chasing down Optimus. The AoE damage once again chunking him out. Archie still has his Ignite, but he did get the better of that trade.
I just find this, like, the situation is just so hilarious because none of them have the damage to kill each other.
He needs to get the turret right now.
They can't kill each other.
Turret Archie.
Come on, Tibbers. Wow, that's not a lot of damage. Turns out, Hybrid Annie not good at pushing turrets.
He needed to stick around. He needed to pick up an extra wave of minions.
He had to even it up.
Yeah.
So
he's not going to have time for another ultimate.
And Optimus is back in time for the minion wave because it wasn't shoved all the way to turret. So those Casa minions are going to survive. He's going to pick these up. He's now up to 92. This will be 95 by the time this minion wave resolves over to Optimus. Only needs 5 of the next 6 minions. Archie has to go for this all-in. Doesn't have Tibbers. Doesn't have Exhaust.
Has Ignite.
Doesn't even have a completed item.
And bought a blasting one.
Bought a blasting one. He's going to...
At least Optimus has a plan, you know. He's building tank. He can't die. Has
He's going for the late game with the tier.
For sure.
6 minions. And now Optimus is winning this 1v1 as well. Archie has to go in. He has to do something about this. He's going to trade a Q, but Optimus, he's so close just to winning on these minions.
He's got 4 left. Archie has stalled enough that he will have his ultimate available, I believe.
Yep.
If he wants to all-in one more time.
But
here we go, Archie. This is your only chance.
Being zoned away by the miasma. He needs to go in, but he can't quite get in range. 3 minions remaining. Make that 2, Archie. Oh, there comes the flash. Then the value. Oh. You guys doubted, but that's why the flash is strong. Flashing for those minions.
He couldn't bring himself to kill his top laner. That's why he went with the tank build. He didn't want to have to shed any blood.
Maybe this was a strategy, just to try to get as much publicity out of the 2 players as possible, just to extend the game.
Well, there's the thing you told him not to do as well, so Doran's ring.
Like,
in
this case it makes sense, because he's not going to use his auto attack, and the Doran's blade does not amplify his damage of the auto attacks on the W, so it's completely fine.
Yep, makes a lot of sense, as we do with Doran's blade, of course, for BRTT on the other side. I'm curious, SOFM, maybe he's just got this pocket as ear hanging out. Ooh, look at this. Hugging that right-hand wall as BRTT has snuck in. SOFM is a red trinket. What is this cheese?
No idea. I think he was expecting to get the bush control very early on, but BRTT on the Urgot is way stronger at level 1. That is the problem of Azir on this map.
Yeah, I mean, even the summoner spells as well. We, of course, have Exhaust Ignite for the Urgot, which makes plenty of sense given the champion's kit, as he does eat an Acid Hunter there. BRTT going to start winning things off here, but there's that soldier down. Can't move it just yet, so it's going to sit there and hang out. But Flash heal, actually, the summoners here for SOFM, so quite defensive with the setup, it feels like.
I feel like BRTT should just push on aggressively, move to the right side of the map. There's a lot of space. He can kind of zone up SOFM off the way, because that is the goal, but SOFM is allowed to push freely.
Actually is sitting there and now going to get a soldier down. Decent positioning. Gets a bit of poke down, going to take out these minion waves, and this is the problem when Azir can click down minions nice and quickly. BRTT is actually, I think, slightly behind in experience, though it's very close.
SOFM's gonna reach level 2 first here, gets the level 2.
And look, moves forward. Level 1 still for BRTT, zoned off the wave. And now just getting harassed. Oh, that one doesn't work. There we go. More soldiers, Thunderlords to creep procs as well. Good damage with BRTT. He's going to go straight in. The heal is popped very early for that summoner.
I think it was a great heal, actually, simply because BRTT knew the minion was about to die, was about to reach level 2, had the mana. If he popped the Ignite earlier on, it could have looked pretty bad for SOFM.
Really good point there, as he's going to go back in for some aggression, but BRTT lands the Noxian Corrosive Charge. Going to start locking on, gets 1 Q down. And you can see, while we've seen so many Urgot bans, it feels like the champion is just very good in any sort of duel.
It's also like SOFM, His goal is to just avoid the Urgot. Push the wave,
Yes.
avoid the Urgot. BRTT is gonna just chase SOFM. That is what we're gonna watch. It's a wild goose chase.
Well, we might see CS be the factor here for SOFM, but he's not that far up. He's up right now, of course, because a new wedge just coming. Does get clicked as well. BRTT going to move his way in for the Q. Does find the second lock on. The damage is still there. BRTT doing massive damage. Ignites down. Auto goes in the Ignite. Might be enough. SOFM. Pushing not good enough. And there's the first blood.
Beautiful.
Who needs exhaust?
Exactly. The flash came very, very late. Really good patience on the Ignite because he just popped it when he knew he could get the kill. In these 1v1s, we've seen a lot of poor usage of summoners, but BRTT shows that he knows his summoner skills.
And you have to use them correctly, don't you? Because you only really get one shot at them for the most part.
Exactly, exactly.
Very rare for them to come back up. Azir, another strange 1v1 pick. BRTT takes the Urgot, smashes through it, and gets a few waves there from the crowd. I mean, I expected BRTT to be strong in the 1v1s with a good AD carry. Gets Urgot, no problem. Guys got it under control.